Peaches, 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 peaches.
Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us.
Y'all, we have a limited edition for summer from Razor Emporium.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus wanted to talk about these two soaps from Razor Emporium.
Two of my favorite barbershops in the whole world. But that's Fireside, you say. Is that a barbershop? Y'all, for us, absolutely. When we first smelled this, it's not a campsite. It's a potbelly stove Main Street barbershop in Marceline, Missouri in 1904. But then what does the barbershop smell like, you ask? Look at my face. One of my favorite scents in the whole world is wet rain on concrete. I grew up in California. Y'all, it's a magical scent. It's not petrichor. It's not rain on leaves. It's rain on concrete. And this barbershop should be called Barbershop in the Rain, because the first sense you get is that fabulous sheen on the concrete out front and that beautiful stony white whiff of that rock in your nose, surrounded by all the clean wonders that a barbershop has to offer. Y'all, if you have not smelled this, they have samples available at Razor Emporium. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is a limited edition one. It's called Emberfruit, and they brought it out just for summer.
Y'all, all I had to hear was caramelized peaches, and I gave Matt full control of my checking account. Let's meet the soap. From the sales page at razoremporium.com.
Inspired by the warmth of a crackling campfire and the sweetness of sun-ripened fruit, Emberfruit blends juicy peach and crisp apple with the enchanting floral notes of rose and bergamot, all wrapped in a veil of sensual musk. The seductive love spell core is grounded by smoldering cedarwood and smoky charcoal, evoking the unmistakable aroma of peaches caramelizing over glowing coals.
Perfect for the modern adventurer, Emberfruit is a scent story of nostalgia and wilderness, romance, and firelight. DJ, we are giant fans of whoever wrote this sales page. Lather up and be transported to a dusky summer evening where the air is thick with sweet smoke, flickering embers, and the promise of something unforgettable.
Available exclusively in a very limited quantity. Once it's gone, it's only a memory by the fire. Kind of funny that you brought out Fireside today, and we're back at the Fireside.
That was no mistake. And y'all, these limited editions are amazing. Last year's Christmas one, the cookies and the caramel apple for Halloween. That's why we're so excited to take this one out of its box. Oh, it's a pouch.
It is a pouch, not a box.
Oh, I forgot.
Custom.
Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. No mistaking what's in there.
As soon as you see that blue, you know.
Oh,
on the grill. Look at that.
I love it. The grill marks on the fruit itself. A promissory note to some things to come. But we will know when we have our first impression.
Can I make you go first?
No, I'm going to use your face to adjust my expectations. All right, take it in.
Woo, I'm excited. Every peach one that we've had come by so far, we love more than we're expecting. So I'm hoping, this one had a lot more on the list, but I'm hoping this is the same experience.
And that's a good point, because between Immortal Peach and Tusitala and Awakenings, y'all, they might as well be on different planets. No single artisan does peach anything like the others. So I'm super excited to see what DJ's nose will have found.
And this one has some grill marks, so
right.
already different.
Oh, and we did a little reconnaissance. They mentioned a core of Love Spell on the sales page, and Love Spell is a Victoria's Secret perfume that Witchy Woman from Sterling is based on. So I wonder if that alludes to the fact that a bit of that might be in there, but we'll find out, because it is kind of a fruit punch kind of a scent.
Or just the idea of a love spell. We're going to find out.
Yeah, who knows?
Here we go. All right. There's it's a little kind of citrusy,
almost
peachy color. Is that on purpose? It might be because the Halloween one was green.
Oh, you are right about that. You're right. All right, take it in. It was actually green and caramel color. That was what was cool about that one. All right, see you can take it in. Peaches, 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 peaches.
Okay. This is a fun, different side. There's definitely peaches in here, but it's different because they're almost like they literally came off of the grill. They smell cooked, not baked, but like they've been cooked. Like that texture of the skin is totally different, and it does have that ember color as well of just coming off the coals. Right. But I forgot it listed. I think there was another floral or something else, but there's something at the end of this that has a nice dark charcoaly kind of ember-y thing that has a fun masculine kind of, not quite smoky, just that nighttime vibe is coming through.
Right. We might need to send a sample of this to Eric and Diana because they are always getting ready to grill something.
I'm completely outdoors. I don't know how I know that I am, but there's something in their base that I really do enjoy after just recently re-smelling those two by it that adds this clean side. But there's something that's like fresh air happening. I don't know if it's anything green. I don't remember reading anything like that, but to me, I feel like I'm at a campfire almost vibe without the smoke, but I can tell that I'm outside with like trees around, not pine necessarily, but just something cold air outdoorsy is going on.
Right. That was my question. Is the grill sense being done with smoke, but it's being done with something else?
So.
Oh, nice. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah, I feel like the campfire is gone out, but we're still outdoors. Like the summer eve is finally cooling off and you don't want to go inside yet. There's just that silence in the air, the pause of the evening, maybe some crickets, but there's something that just, you want to indulge in summer. It's different being outside on a summer night.
Oh, there's such a different scent note between smoke and embers. Embers, you can still smell the wood. There's so much more going on in there.
It's interesting. I don't know if I immediately would call this gourmand forward.
No kidding.
Which I wasn't expecting.
Right.
So there's a lot bouncing around in this.
Right, because I'm ready to get a fork for the label.
Yeah, and it's in there. It's for sure there. But it's only like a third of what's going on. It's, to me, it's almost just setting the time of year.
Right.
Like I can tell the fruits are in here, but it's not as gourmandy. Like you could totally put on the Splash or an EDP, I don't know if there is one, and go to the office. Like it's not too set being in that exact location.
Gotcha. So am I right in thinking it was not as sweet as you were expecting?
Yes. It almost reminds me of like the peachy side that's in a really, really fancy dessert alcohol kind of thing. Like it's still sweet.
Or something, right?
Exactly. But it's not like I need to take a bite of the peach.
Right.
It's not, the peaches that are in a pie. That to me is sweeter.
Right.
And it has more of that gourmandy side. This is the straight up just gentle sweetness of the peach itself.
Nice. Are there any other fruits swirling around or is it more peach centered?
I feel like on the list there was something next to the peach. Oh, it was apple. I think it's more maybe like a honey crisp, like the natural sweet, but not in your face sweet, like just adding a little bit of that savory side of the apple.
Right.
Does that make sense? So again, it's not crazy gourmandy. It's just adding the gentle hint of summer. I feel like I remember reading rose or something.
Yes.
There was a floral in there.
Indeed.
It's not as easy to pick out. But again, I think that's just how I know I'm outside. Like I could be standing next to my mom's rose bush or something and it's just the wind blew a little whiff by, but it's not like rosy in your face floral, just setting that summery gentle tone.
Well, let's have a grown-up conversation.
Okay.
Sometimes the way that I choose what soaps we're going to buy is because I'll be reading scent notes and my brain will be building the scent along with those scent notes. Peaches.
Yes.
Embers. Apple. Great. But then you see Rose walk in the door and you're like, how's that going to play? But did you remember, apples and strawberries are in the rose family. So wait a minute, how is the rose adding its character to this?
It's almost just adding a little bit of a mature side. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's not the scratch and sniff rose at all. I feel like I just cracked open one of the petals or something. Like it's not, I don't think it's a red rose. I feel like it's a different one because it has a fun, flirty kind of side.
Right.
But I just got an image of, my sister was just in Napa, like next to a winery, and she sent a picture. And I feel like we could be at an orchard or somewhere where these fruits are just around, and there happens to be some rose bushes around as well. And we just have a fire pit and lots of fun things going on. But it's just kind of setting the tone for me. So even though we read that whole list and I thought I had something in mind, it is not what this is, but I want to go to wherever this is happening.
Okay, I need to see what's going on in here.
Get your nose in
All right,
there.
I think I know what's happening, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's confirm some things here. Here we go. The
But
shape.
I think it's that thing of like fireside, how clean it is that we're not expecting.
Right.
It's kind of, think of that maybe.
I love gourmands that end up not smelling too much like gourmands that do other things with those gourmandy scents. All right, here we go. Taking it in. I love the color. Oh, man.
I know, it's fun.
Oh, right.
Right?
Y'all, there has been a reinvention of citrus. happening in this, because it ain't citrus.
No.
But everything clean and golden and beautiful about citrus has been given a bit of a glow up here, and then it transitions into the fruits that I know. Oh, wait a minute. There's like 3 lands I can see from this. Hold on. And I feel like you're right. I feel like there is kind of a heart of something from Fireside happening in there to give it its warmth, its embery sense. And what's beautiful about that is it's not done with smoke. Because let's have a grown-up conversation. We live in California. We're not the biggest fans of opening our door in the morning and smelling that cade smell because it means something bad might be happening. So I love that the idea of smoke has been subbed out in this for warm, welcoming embers. Like you said, a fire that was put out half an hour ago with water, and you're still sensing that beautiful steam rise out of the fire pit. That is what is in this. Ooh, love this. Hold on.
Die for the peaches, maybe.
You know what? They are being done very light and very beautiful. The sense that I'm getting is when my mom would crack open a can of Del Monte peaches and pour the juice out and look at me like, would you like a sip of this? Yes, please. That's the sense. So not like a sugary sweetness, but a natural syrup, a naturally reduced juice of peach.
Yes.
Ooh, and what's cool, that's not really combining with the embers for me. They're kind of staying a bit separate, but that's what's giving them a do-si-do. I feel like if those had been a little bit more combined, they'd have lost their own character, but you wanted to sense peach on a grill with this, and you do. Hold on.
Do you smell the apple? I think there was apple too. Like, I think it's the crisp side, maybe?
I think the apple and peach are coming together for me to help kind of create that clean, fruity balance and keep it crisp and light without having it have to go grapefruit or citrusy, which I am so glad it didn't. Oh, and our theory about this having a little bit of that Victoria's Secret love spell in the middle of it from the sales page. No. Love spell is what Witchy Woman homages from Sterling Soap. This is the opposite of that. There is absolutely nothing sour in this, and that is a bit of a sour fruit punch if you know it's iconic. This does it differently, and it doesn't do it with sweet. It does it with different things. Even some herbs are going on in here. Let me take a quick look for that rose, which by any other name might smell as sweet.
See what you think.
Oh, that's weird. Hold on. Whoa. Wait. Okay, it was almost like my nose had to go, do you see any rose? No, you don't. None at all. And then my brain went, wait a minute.
Hold on.
See this picture you're looking at? It has a rose color filter over the entire thing. Take a step back, get a little perspective. That's what's happened. It's almost like someone has put a rosy gel over the lights. Ooh.
We should have played the Grease Summer Lovin' song at the beginning. I feel like that was where the love spell was coming from.
There you go. And y'all, if you're ready for some magic changes, why don't we build a lather and look at these scent notes? All right, y'all, back to the sales page at razoremporium.com. We open with
Juicy Peach and Crisp Apple.
And I love that those are combined, so your nose isn't having to pull them apart like a harvest scent. It's beautiful. But this is where things get interesting. Now, I always take a little bit of a clue from how the artisan combines and presents the scent notes in the list. Because when I saw these two together, and then my nose was like, are they dating? It was like, oh, they're more than dating. I think they're engaged. We have notes of rose and bergamot. How do you sense those in this?
Okay, now I kind of get the bergamot, but then it just took me back to the peach side. Like, I think it's like the perfect buffer for whatever else is going on with the scents. It's almost like the bergamot is that little key between the fruitiness into the floral and then the next part that we got cool.
Right, because for me, the other two do not combine with the rose at all, but the bergamot really does. It's some kind of magical way going on here. And then a veil of sensual musk. Do you feel sensual?
Okay, let's see. Oddly, yes, but not in a way that I thought I would. Like, there's something of, like, the summery side that's kind of, I think that's why I used the word earlier, flirty. Like, there is just something kind of fun and flirty.
Like a California beach in the summer where everybody's in their bikinis and the surfboards are going on. I see why not. And then
grounded by smoldering cedarwood and smoky charcoal. But I think we both decided the smoky here is more of a magic smoky. It's not what you're expecting.
And this is interesting. Smoky charcoal. That has its own note to it, y'all. And if your dad ever had a Weber at your house and one of those things you had to plug into the wall that got all red and hot that you had to start it with, that scent, it's a unique scent. It's not a smoke.
No.
It's a glowing coal.
It is. That's actually what I was picturing was like the ember color itself of that next to the peaches is kind of where my brain took me.
And that's what makes this different. It's not smoke. That is a very beautiful and identifiable and sophisticated note. And then, evoking the unmistakable aroma of peaches caramelizing over growing coals, you get a tiny bit of caramel going on in here. I might.
Yes, but it's not a syrupy caramel.
Right,
It is like more out of the can.
Right.
Somehow that natural sweetness of just letting it sit and be with its own little juices in there, that's creating a caramel too.
And as dark as this gets is a tiny wisp of burnt sugar. This doesn't go as deep as tobacco. This certainly doesn't go all the way to oud territory.
No.
This is done with the beautiful lights. But those embers add all the spice you need to keep this beautiful and masculine. And we need to build a little bit of a lather. So, y'all, this bowl and brush were created by Amelia and Gardner at AKA Brushworks. They were born together and turned live on Instagram so we could see it. Oh, this is a hold on.
soap.
This is a very hard soap. Okay, hold on. Okay.
We broke the stick.
Okay, so y'all, we know this soap is brand new because the scent was just released, but this is a tough soap and very dry. Oh, yeah, I can't even push down on this soap. This is super hard.
Interesting. I mean, it still smells good.
It does, but only because the other Razor Emporium ones are so soft. It's not even pressing into the bowl.
Closer to a shaving puck, maybe? If you're doing it in here, it might be okay, but we tried to scoop it out.
All right, so we'll see what happens here when we give it some water with the bougie sprayer. And y'all, basically, we like to approximate a tub load in the bowl. We're just going to go forwards and backwards over that soap with a little bit of water. And then we're going to turn the brush about 25%. Well, it's lathering nicely, so that's good.
A few moments later.
Funny, every few whiffs, it's more peachy sometimes, or it's completely not. Like, depending what my nose is searching for, it's totally messing with the whiff.
That's funny. I was going to say that this is getting way more of the fresh peach for me in this. But I think it's just that my nose is starting to understand it a little bit better. It's interesting. There is a concept taught in philosophy classes that if your brain just totally doesn't understand something, it doesn't even try. It just blocks it out. And they theorized that sometimes native people standing on the beach, seeing the Spanish ships approaching, didn't literally comprehend what they were, so their brain didn't even show it to them. I don't know if I'd go that far. But a similar thing has happened for me in the wet shaving world, where growing up with certain lotions and things, you think you do know peaches, and then when you go to smell it and you don't smell that, your nose doesn't actually give you what's there. It takes a little bit of time to acclimate. That might be happening a little bit here, because it's gone from peach juice to actual peach fruit. But funny, it still smells to me like those delicious canned peaches from Del Monte.
It's funny, I've never actually grilled a peach, but after seeing this picture, I feel like our summer is not the same without doing this. We're going to have to go grill up some peaches.
We did grill up pineapple after shooting the pineapple under the sea episode.
Did.
It was delicious. It got char on it. Well, okay, no worry about the soap being dry, because y'all, the lather man cometh. I know. Check this out. And y'all, this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the peaches, 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 peaches whiff on 3, 1, 2. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, you know, my brain just showed me. Artificial peaches scents crawl right up your nose. They're super potent and they're crazy loud singers. A natural peach under your nose does something way different. That glass of peach juice my mom would pour me from the can. That is somehow what this has captured. So if you grew up with that peach strawberry shortcake doll that your sister had that would give those kisses, it's not that peach scent. It's something way more real and beautiful.
I even think the canned peaches are way sweeter than this. But it's as close as we can like give you an idea that that's what's kind of happening in here.
But that's why it's beautiful and wearable. Sometimes when I wear my immortal peach, I just want to look like a big old peach walking in a room. But sometimes you just want that peach a bit under the surface, so only you will know you're spending the day at a cookout, not a board meeting.
It is more of that stone fruit, the lighter side, like an apricot or something like that.
Right.
That's a similar personality that's still here. And I think that's why I still don't jump immediately to putting this in the gourmand lane.
You know what this might be?
Yeah?
Hold on a second. Okay, I think this is the Potbelly Main Street, Marceline, Missouri Barbershop in December.
Gotcha.
This is that same Potbelly Barbershop in June. So they have recently shut down the Potbelly stove for the season, but you can still smell that it's sitting over there.
Yeah.
And then somebody's grilling peaches outside and somebody else is getting a razor stropped. That's what this smells like.
There you go. Is there a slight little spice that could almost be kind of thrown in a tobacco-y lane?
TJ, What'd you do?
I don't know. I just got a whiff.
Well, my grandpa did smoke a cherry tobacco. I think there were other fruit tobaccos. That would make sense to me now that I think about it. Peach and tobacco. Oh. My imagination needs there to be a little bit. Like we were talking to Ben from House of Mammoth last night on our live. Sometimes your brain fills in the gaps, and I think that's what might be happening in here with me for that tobacco. Right? But now I really want DJ to make a tobacco peach set.
But there's something about like the skin being charred on the peach that my brain was getting like a tobacco leaf kind of charred thing.
Right. And again, I love that this does not disappoint because we've got 8 or 9 peach scents in our cabinet.
Yep.
And they're not related.
Nope.
At all. The apple ones are, the tobacco ones are, but the peach ones have never even met each other. Okay, I might keep insisting that all of our soaps come this dry because look at this lather that it
is
makes.
Happy.
But I have always said that. I think a harder soap in the puck does make more lather, whether it's milled or more cured or something.
Some magic happens.
Something. And y'all, I know we never talk about lather here at the Barbershop Duet, but that looks like it was AI generated. Are you kidding me?
I wish you could see the iridescence on camera, but you're just going to have to believe us.
Right, but you will see this lather coat the face, because while we don't do shaving here on the Barbershop Duet, we do want you to see how this would function if you were going to take it for a ride in your mirror. I love that for everything going on in this, it still lets the peach be the star somehow.
We didn't talk much about the cedarwood, but here, I think that's what's just helping it be still in the masculine-ish, like, multi-lane without being too fruity or too sweet. It's kind of really a crowd-pleasing version.
That's the canvas that they are being painted on, is the cedarwood. And without the cedarwood, this would have gotten too sweet. This would have gotten too strawberry shortcake kisses kind of flavor. But no, this is different. If you are going to make something that smells really natural and beautiful, there are some rules and boundaries to it. Within conformity, there is great freedom.
I think with that thought, we need to go deeper into this forest wherever this fireside is at.
That was a deep thought.
It's interesting. I know it's kind of meant to be a summer drop, but I feel like this scent is more year-round sides to it somehow.
The embers make it a winter scent for me. The peaches, spring.
Yep.
The apple, summer.
There you go.
There you go. Is it masculine or feminine for you? Where does that land? Because she's done a brilliant job, I think, about giving this a phenomenal masculine flair.
I agree, because that was the first whiff I took. Like, my brain was like, wait, this is way more dressed up, kind of masculine. And then the more that I dive into it, if I'm really searching just for the sweeter sides and knowing the roses in there, like, I think on me, it still has its own charm too. So it's a big crowd pleaser because I don't think it has to be one or the other. I think whoever's wearing it is just going to adapt to you in a very fun way.
And y'all, with minimal ingredients, one of the best bases in the wet shaving world. It is a special occasion day when I get to use an RE lather. So how is this one different from the other 15 very different peaches we have in our collection? What does this one offer for you that's unique?
So I don't want to say it's not a peach soap, but there's so much going on within it that I feel like it helps people that even aren't giant peach fans would still enjoy this one, because it, to me, is more the place and where this fun is happening instead of just standing there and smelling just a peach. Where some of the other ones are more peach centered, this kind of has a lot of movement going on.
And I love that this carries the nostalgia for me of how I did eat peaches growing up. We did not go down to the farmer's market. They didn't have them in 1982. You went to the canned vegetable and fruit aisle at the supermarket and you looked for the green cans of Del Monte. And y'all, those peaches were absolutely beautiful. And most of what I ate growing up, and I love that of all the peach soaps that we have, none of them come close. This one does.
Yeah, my mom served those all the time. Different fruit salads or different things. Like, I knew immediately when you said out of the can, I was like, yep, that's the smell I'm getting too.
Not to be derogatory. I mean, some people might be like, oh, canned peaches. Y'all, they were a brilliant part of my childhood.
And they already had the skins off.
I know. There you go. Yeah. Peach skins are from the devil.
Same with apricots. She's not a fan.
You don't eat those. It's like caterpillars in your mouth. Lost your mind eating peach skin. I forget the first time I saw my mom just horking down on a peach, and I was like, what are you doing? Eating candy bars with the wrapper on too?
I think it's fun if this is part of like the new kind of themed holiday things that they're dropping, because it just adds a whole nother side, like to sense that they normally wouldn't have year round, knowing they can put some focus on these fun little adventures.
And it's a lovely callback to the beginning of this hobby, where one and dones and limited editions where you ubiquitous. And being right there at the computer the moment they dropped was an exciting part of things, like getting your Barbra Streisand tickets when you were in high school. Oh, was it just me?
But as of today, there are still some available on their website.
That's why we rushed this one out, y'all. We're going to edit it the same day we shoot it, just in case you want to get your hands on this little beauty, too. What a fabulous soap this is.
I think a word that comes to mind is gentle. I don't know why, but it's just not an in-your-face gourmand.
Right, and we get asked for scents like that a lot. Sometimes these can be super loud singers, and people want a little bit more of a casual best friend on their shoulder throughout the day. What a perfect choice this would be.
Right? I feel like this has that summer calmness in the air. Like, you know, when the sun's down, but you just, that quietness that happens.
The golden hour.
That ember side of the evening is definitely in this.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be arriving at your grandfather's farm, E-I-E-I-O, on July 4th, 1989. And he's going to be harvesting his peach trees. And the first thing he's going to hand his little girl when she steps out of the car is a big old juicy peach and a hug from her dad. And she's going to take a bite and hand it to you, and you're going to flat out refuse because it's covered in fuzz and you can get your own. So head over to razoremporium.com where you'll find this and all kinds of other stuff I want.
I am back from my shave with Emberfruit, and boy, was it a wonderful summery lather. That thing just exploded out of the bowl, and I really enjoyed getting a whiff of that gentle peach. And I'm not sure how that magic love spell part is happening with the rose and other things going on in there, but I just felt that calm of a summer evening, and I will definitely be back to this again soon. Can't wait for your next holiday fun. Thank you, guys.
Welcome to Messages.
So for our June giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Pasture Pharmacy.
Yeah, y'all, for their anniversary celebration. And all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our 1st July episode to see if it's you who are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
And here's what's impressive about DJ's nose. That Rex line, there's something in it where you kind of know. That's a line. I'm not sure how I can smell they're related, but they are. And then with the Razor Emporium line, they're not. When you smell Barbershop and Fireside, there is nothing in common. It's like listening to Prince, the kind of artist that's going to give you Purple Rain one day and Starfish and Coffee the next. You never know what her imagination is going to create or how it's going to do it.
I am curious what the next holiday one will be. Is that going to be a Halloween-y kind of one?
Oh,
what do we got next?
So. Maybe a pumpkin one.
Ooh, maybe.
A pumpkin latte, maybe something like that.
I'm sure she'll get creative. I'm sure she's got her wheels churning.
One more reason to look forward to Halloween.
Yeah, don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.